Okay, Taniscapi. Hello, everybody. We're just giving some time for everybody to log in and check it out. I have a different scenery behind me. I know that the digital studio thing was actually really, really cool, but wanted to do this real quick. I don't see that we're live on YouTube. Let me see if it shows. Oh, and it does. Awesome. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this. I'm going to give it a like first. Oh, for some reason, it's not showing that I'm online. Okay. Well, that's all right. So, I am going to share this on the Facebook page real quick. And it's going to be on the Today's Entertainers with Little Dog. Uh, and let me see. Let's wait for this all to take care of. Now, thank you everybody for joining us. And it is going to be a wonderful show today. I am super excited about the guests that we have on. Uh, all really great people. I'm really happy that they are here with us and going to be doing the show. So, uh, sorry, I'm so used to using the the phone that whenever I get on the Facebook on my computer, it doesn't work as good as it should. And so, but anyways, so we do have the Blackfoot 101, which is provided by Blackfoot Language Academy, which is on Facebook. So it's Blackfoot Learning Academy. So if you go to Facebook, you type in Blackfoot Learning Academy, you will see that. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to make sure. I thought I heard some sounds coming from my phone. I was like, wait, did I stick it on? Did I stick it on pause or not? There we go. Let me see. Ah, now you have to probably hear me. All right, hear me better. Facebook, why are you doing this to me? Come on, I'm trying to share it. And at Debbie, oops, at followers, at Debbie, listen, and at David J. Paul. Perfect. All right. Wait, what's it's not restoring it or not sharing it? Why am I keep losing internet connection? Something's not working right. All right, that's fine. You know what? Something's always not working right, but we're working on it. So I'm gonna share this directly to my page as well. I was trying to share. Oh, nope, that was my live. Okay. Hey, I gotta check right now. I really appreciate again everybody logging on to watch us tonight. Happy New Year's to everybody. This is our New Year's kickoff episode, and so first year, first day of New Year's, our first show. And what the heck? Something is going wrong here. My normal Facebook page is not allowing me to post. Come on, Facebook. Why are you being that way? Um, I might have to just get on there and log and do it through my phone. You're gonna see a little bit of weird camera movement if I do that. Yes, it is not letting me not let me share this, and I cannot figure out for the life of me. It says waiting for a host to let you in. David, I cannot let you in just yet because we have Will as our first guest. So, and I like to do these in different segments because I want everybody to have their own time, no spotlight in the show, and so I'll like to go ahead and start again by providing a couple of links that I have used that have kept me busy throughout the year. The first one is Legacy Casting, which is mycastingfile.com. is their website that they run, and go over there, make a free profile. It's free to make. It's free to apply for casting calls. You don't have to pay anything. I mean, you can if you want to. There is a premium subscription. Why is it not letting me? Now I'm starting to get a little annoyed. I've refreshed the page. I have internet connection, and I don't know why it keeps not letting me do this. Anyways, I guess we're gonna do it this way. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the Blackfoot word of the day, which is sorry. I'm just really trying to get this shared out. So I am distracted a little bit, but it's get the my I'm sorry. I've been practicing it. It's just this is all frustrating me. Usually I like to try it, well, not usually. What I would like to do is log in a bit earlier, way earlier, so that way I can do this right and have everything prepared and shared already by 7 o'clock. But it looks like it's not going to share on Facebook. Anyways, I'm a pain in the butt. Uh, I don't have my notes up either because everything's running so late. So, and it does it does kind of mess with me a little bit because I like to be organized. I like to be very organized. I like to be early, and I have a thing that if you're not early, you're late. And so starting on time irks me very, very much because for me, it's being viewed as late. So it's kind of, it always messes up. It always kind of messes up my schedule. And so sets me behind. But anyways, your Blackfoot 101 lesson brought to you by Blackfoot Learning Academy is Get the Gematsen. Okay? Get the Gematsen. Get the Get them get the Gematsen, which is see you later. We don't have goodbye on my language, and so we do have see you later. So we said see you later. So whenever you're telling somebody goodbye, tell them get the Matsen. Okay? I will see you later. We do not believe in goodbyes. And neither should you. I know. Demanding of me. How about that, huh? How very demanding of me. Anyways, y'all have a great y'all enjoy the show. I really appreciate it. Now the show is also made possible by uh Red Bones Financial. Now, I am Red Bones. Oh, it shared. Yes. Success. Anyways, I'm sorry. I got super excited. That made me feel good. Anyway, so it's always really great to have it. Now, Red Bones Financial is also my company as well too. It's a financial firm. I do life, I do health, I do Medicare Advantage. I also, do pension reviews. So like teachers, state employees, you have a pension, you're gonna lose money later. And it's always hard to tell people that, hey, because I am glad that they have a plan is better than no plan. Independent contractors, we have no plan, so we are responsible of our own retirement. And that's what I like to do is try to educate people on doing plans that are going to qualify and not charge you taxes later on. It's going to grow tax deferred. So that way you have a better option for retirement. You have a better option of what the retirement is going to look like. So that's what I do with Red Bones Financial, and it is also a sponsor of my show as well. And Bell Ringer Film Productions, we really appreciate it. Will Byler is the owner of the of Bell Ringer Film Productions. Sorry, I just keep getting a look over at my microphone thing. It keeps unplugging. But anyways, all of that's made possible by this. Okay, now we do have some powwows that are coming up, and I need to look at the events calendar again. It's been a crazy week with all the holidays, the New Year's, Christmas, everything. The kids have been out of school. It has been fun and chaotic, fun kind of chaos. But coming into the show, I'm proud to announce that we are getting really close. We have 5 minutes to our first guest. Our first guest again is Will Byler. He is the producer of this show. He recently graduated. I'm gonna let you know where, when, and what he is up to now. Okay. And so, first thing I'm gonna do is respond. I want to make sure that everybody's on. Can everybody hear me just fine? Can everybody see? Let me know if you are here in the chat. Okay. I guess you don't have to, but it would be nice. And I just realized that I don't have my password for YouTube here. So, yeah, just trying to make sure that it's all good. All right. Anyway, so again, he has done stuff like pizza nights. He has a lot of other works that are coming in. Uh, we also have David J. Paul from the Secret Mechanic film. You can go onto YouTube and you can find it as well on YouTube. But we'll give you more information on that later, as well as our final guest, who is Debbie Paulson. Again, this episode wasn't very too much set up. I've been busy with the kids. I did have a bit of a skeletons thing set up for this. However, uh, being a little bit late kind of threw me off. So I apologize. So the chats at this time and in the waiting room. Okay. So right after this quick message, we will be meeting with our first guest, Will Byler. So pause for, and that was our commercial break. So now that we're back, we're going to go ahead and bring him on. Will, if you're ready to go ahead and come on to the chat.
I'm
Hey,
ready.
Will.
I am ready. Give me a second to mute one. Just a second.
You still got an echo.
Still going to be an echo.
It could be if you have the volume up on your computer and you have like the YouTube going on. That's what I have to do is I have to mute my computer.
Well, that's what I just did. I muted the computer. I'm
right.
not used to being the guest. So here I am.
Awesome. Welcome, Will. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So you actually had a big celebration that happened pretty recently, just before the holidays. You want to inform
Absolutely.
everybody what's going on?
Yes, I just finished a graduation ceremony. I got my degree in cinematography. I've been working on that for quite some time, and it is an associate's degree, and I'm going to go back to school and continue on with that. In the meantime, I got my tassel right here. You can see that. I'm wearing it. I don't know how well you can see this little button that I have. Let me try to get that on the screen there. That has the Full Sail logo on it, and I got the tassel there. So
Nice.
I am trying to represent the fact that I did graduate, and I'm planning on going back, and I'm going to get my bachelor's degree, and then from there I'm going to be at the campus. The bachelor's degree will be online, but then I'm going to the campus for a master's degree. I will have that within 2 years. And I am very excited because I am the first person in my family to graduate college. And it took me 30 and a half years since high school to finally get to this point. And so that is extremely exciting and very important for me to be able to walk across the stage. The fact that it was broadcast live, I don't know how many people saw it and how many people didn't, but I will be sharing the link to that
Oh, congratulations, man.
is
Yeah.
on, because anybody can go on there and can see it, and I'm going to have it up on my YouTube channel as well. So that's what happened just recently, just before the holiday. I technically graduated on the 27th. However, they were off for the holiday, so I got to go to the ceremony on the 20th.
Nice. Congratulations. And you also have Joanne in our chat said congratulations as well. And so I
Thank
have to
you.
ask, were you
You're
able to
never
hear my
too old to
share?
learn, and I'm always learning.
Do you hear my share or no?
Do
I
I hear
just have
your
to check.
share?
My chair.
Your chair? No, no.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm just trying to make sure because
Oh,
this is
by
my
the
first
way,
time
I,
using
I
a
do the
different chair.
hat
So
thing also. That's my signature. That's Bell Ringer signature as the representative of Bell Ringer. I got this hat, and that's also a part of my um, signature. My image as Will S. Byler. I call myself an entertainer because I do
mhm.
the producing, I do the writing, I do the acting, and um, I like to do all of that stuff. I'm very much into it. Um, I can't wait to really get it to take off.
Man, that is awesome. Yeah, I know that we actually met because you were going to be doing some films. But before we get into that, give us a quick introduction of who Will is. Who are you, Will? Give us
Who
some of your back.
Will is? Will is a young man of 48 that started out as an Amish boy out of Hartley, Delaware, which is about 8 miles from Dover. And as wide open and flat as that is, you could hear the speedway from where I lived, even 8 miles out. And from there, moved to Pennsylvania with my parents when I was 6 years old. And my parents split up when I was 9. My mother um, took custody of me and my brother, my younger brother, and she raised us by working 4 jobs, and I've always worked towards getting ourselves out of that kind of situation and helping my mother. And the reason I didn't go to college earlier on in my life is because I didn't want to put that burden on my mother. I didn't think she could afford it. So I joined the Marine Corps. I don't know if that's going to show up, USMC. And I served my time there. I never thought that I should use the GI Bill. I don't want to use it for that. But I did go back to school after 30 years, and I'm getting it done. And now I'm pursuing my dream. It's it's a career technically, but I don't call it a career because I am having a blast, and that's who Will is. Will is a guy who is still in the making. I'm still in the production stage of my life, and it's going to continue to be that way.
That is awesome, man. Yeah, that's something that I always see with people is you gotta always evolve with the times.
Yeah,
A lot of different things around evolution, but macro evolution is something that a lot of people don't talk about, and that's the state of always evolving, always changing who you are, becoming a better person. And so it's always like you said, it's never too late. Danny Trejo, he didn't become an actor till way later in life. Actually, a majority of actors don't really get well known until later in their life. And
yeah.
so, if somebody's an actor, definitely don't want to give up way too early.
I
Because you never know how long it's going to take. Nobody really does. It could be
Script
today, it could be
writing
tomorrow.
and acting was in my dreams since the first time I went to the movie theater. I was fairly old the first time I was introduced to a movie theater. I was only 11 years old, and yeah, yeah, I think I was 10. I think I was 10 the very first time I ever seen a movie theater. Didn't even know what it was, and I've been wanting to get into the movies ever since, and been trying to write script ever since. and trying to figure out how I would go about it. And I laid it aside, uh, mostly because of my mother's struggles and the neighborhood that I grew up in, all that sort of thing. I was trying to be around and trying to be an older brother because I'm, like almost sort of like a dad to my younger brother,
Okay.
and that was my career at the time, and
Okay.
so
Nice. So
I
it makes,
learned,
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
I
continue.
learned.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I did the same thing too. Whenever I was younger, my parents were always busy and working, and so there was always something going on. So for a little while there, I did, cook for my sisters and take care of them whenever they were too busy, and grew up kind of poverty. Now, you actually have a different background, right? As far as your ethnicity wise as well, or like I guess I don't know if it would be considered y'all's ethnicity or y'all's religion or
It's a religion, but it's like,
okay.
yes, my background is Amish.
That's pretty cool.
I
And so where did the Amish come from?
The Amish came from the Protestant movement out of England. You know, when the Lutheran movement took place, the Catholic churches were splitting. Um, the Amish came from that period, and they got chased out of England. Um, and they went into Germany, and from there they got chased out of there, persecuted during the times of like the Holocaust and stuff like that, and earlier than that even, and ended up going to um, Holland, where they thrived for a long time until finally coming to the United States, where most of them landed in Pennsylvania. The biggest community is in Ohio. They're all over the United States. There's some communities um, in almost every state somewhere, and
Okay.
so it's a Protestant thing. It came from the Lutheran movement.
That's actually pretty cool. So where did the idea for Bellringer Film Productions come from? Sorry.
Bell Ringer Film Productions. The Bell Ringer. My last name is Byler, but it originates from Bell Ringer, and that came from. I was researching my name and my history, my ancestry, and all that sort of thing. That stuff is very important to me, and that came from Bell Ringer out of Cambridgeshire, England. Um, it was Bell Ringer, and it became Beller. It became Bell, um, and I don't know if people are aware, but people didn't know how to spell. People didn't know how to say their names. So when they were on ships and stuff, and they had to be on the manifest, they said words the best way that they could to get on the manifest, manifold manifest. I'm not sure what the term is there. Um,
Best.
and my ancestry ended up being, it ended up translating to Byler, but it goes back to Bellringer, and that's what I'm honoring with that production company.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. It's kind of similar in my way, ever since I was young, around two, that's whenever my dad came into my life, and that's whenever he started taking care of me. So, like legally, I have his last name, which is Murillo, but I honor my ancestry by going by Little Dog, and even my great great grandfather, he was chief. I think five generations back, he was Chief Little Dog, and so that's why I use that as well, as because that is honoring my culture and my people as well as my family line. So there's a whole bunch of us up there. If you were to go to my reservation and say Little Dog, but half the town would turn around. Anyways, but you do have from Secret Mechanic short film. David said congratulations, and you know, Deborah is. They're all watching on the YouTube, so thank you guys for supporting the YouTube channel as well. I am
Absolutely.
monitoring the chat on the YouTube side. It is a little bit easier for me to monitor without having to reach up here and touch the messages on my phone. So, but now, when did you start doing work to getting into the entertainment side, like writing or directing or acting? What did you start with?
I started in, um, I was writing scripts when I was 13 years old, but I didn't really get into it until 2019. 2019, a student filmmaker in my hometown of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, started going to the school and he needed some actors. He did a casting call, very much like I did when I first met you. And I answered that call. I went to it and I got into a short film called Dead Awaits. In that film, I turned into a zombie. You can find that on the YouTube channel. Um,
Nice.
that was a pretty not very good acting experience there, but I mean, it was a good experience. It was good learning, but it looked pretty unreal, not very real at all. But again, that was his first attempt, and it was an assignment that he was doing for school. And then I got into a film called Killer Country. I was cast as the lead character. The lead character's name was Otis. Um, but then at the end of 2020, I got extremely ill. I got to a point where I was down to a fourth of a lung. I had this lung disease called empyema, which is it's it's like an infection inside the lungs. It was on my right side here, and they had to open it up, scrape all of that out, and they scraped all that out. And in the meantime, I ended up with pneumonia in this lung while they were doing that. So they had to drain that. And I'm not going to give a lot of this away because I am doing what's called a journey, which, if you look on my YouTube, there's the first chapter is on there. Uh, I'm going to do the second chapter in a week or so,
Hmm.
um, where I talk about that. But I got out of the hospital. I got recast into the movie, not as the lead character at this point, but I got recast. He was kind enough to write a part just for me because of the way things ended originally. And I ended up being a bounty hunter that ended up becoming a werewolf. And you
That's
can
cool.
find that. Zombie Beast Films is I want to give a shout out to Zombie Beast Films, and I don't know if that producer, his name is Vince Burkett. Hopefully, we can have him on, but we're not at the best of terms at this point. So I'm hoping that we can, get him on sometime and straighten things out a little bit because I do like to honor him. He got me my start. He got me motivated enough to where I decided to go to the same school that he was going to.
Okay, nice. Well, point me in the right direction. I'll see if I can talk to him. Maybe we can get things rolling in that way. Okay.
I will point you in the right direction right now. Zombie Beast Films on YouTube.
Zombie Beast Films. Okay, cool. I will definitely look that up. All right. That way we can go
Because
ahead and
I'm
see if
I'm
I
going to
can.
do a shout out to his show every time I get a chance to his channel because I feel like I owe him.
Okay. Hey, and it's always great to be appreciative of all of our starts.
We're
Legacy casting was the one that got me going, and like I keep saying to everybody,
mhm.
that's they're the ones that first got me cast for Lawman Bass Reeves, and then the first one to actually
I was
give me
just
my
watching that
speaking.
today.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
The first one to give me a
Get on
speaking
Paramount
was Live
Plus and watch
Productions.
that, everybody. Get on Paramount Plus and watch Lawman Bass Reeves. And 1923 is coming out in February, so get on that.
I'm excited because I may or may not be seen in the first episode. And so pretty excited on that one, as well as Landman is currently out, which I am visible in the fourth episode, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
And so, but
Yeah,
my first
I
speaking
saw that.
roles.
I saw that that was out. I wasn't sure if I was interested in that show, but I'll definitely check that one out.
All right, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's definitely a drama, and Billy Bob Thornton's really cool. Uh,
Hmm.
he did get, he did talk to a lot of people on there, which a lot of those bigger productions they don't really like you talking to the stars, but they also say don't ignore them. But whenever they talk to you, you're not supposed to really talk back. You gotta go. Although
I've
some of
learned a
them
lot
they
since
are
we
really
started
cool.
this podcast. I've learned a lot about that kind of thing. Like I already sort of knew, but now I'm getting confirmation from people that have had um, experience on a more professional stage, more
Mhm.
professional set. Like I said, I was on a student set. We were doing whatever we could with whatever we had, so there was nothing formal like that.
Mhm. No, I totally get it. And the other one that I always give a shout out to, which was Lions Act Productions, because they are, the first ones to give me a speaking role. And I came in, and that first one that I did should be coming out. I heard January or February, this month or next month. So pretty excited about that one. I heard that, because they were like, "Oh, you did a really excellent job at that," and it made me feel really good. And I stayed in character the whole time. And then they did Legend of the Dark Lady, which already came out. I have my copy on the way up here. It's gonna be here on the third. I'm pretty excited about. But let's go ahead and what else have you now you've directed your own, correct?
I've written and directed some of my own. My favorite one was a time machine, which is basically a 5 minute setup for a joke. It's called Time Machine, and I I met Logan Cease on that. Um,
And who did you
Joshua
guys do?
Parise. Joshua Parise was in that one, and you got to see him when he is getting plastered. He's not. There's no alcohol. I don't allow alcohol on my set, so there's no alcohol. But he is an excellent actor as well that I want to have on our show, and I think he agreed to do that sometime in January or February. But he's also been very busy. He's a stage actor. That's Joshua Parise. We do need to get him on there. He is in our group chat, so you can
Okay.
also reach out. He might have asked me to remove him just because he has so many group chats. I'm not sure, but he should be there.
Okay. That
Uh,
sounds good.
and so we
Um,
definitely want to have him on as well.
okay. And
And that was Time Machine.
Time Machine. Okay, cool. And for everybody who's watching, especially if you're watching on the YouTube, the link that you follow to get to the show on YouTube is the actual link for Will on YouTube. I know
Yeah,
that somebody's gonna ask where. No.
Hellbringer Film Productions, and that's me.
There you go. And now, what would you say? Do you have any advice for anybody that's looking to get into media, directing, writing, acting?
Writing, if you know how to write, get into it. There's a lot of lucrative opportunities in writing, and um, you can you can use that imagination that you had when you were playing in the sandbox and when you was playing with the Legos and all that stuff. You can put that on paper. Any world that you want, it's there. And as for acting and getting into show business, while you are breathing, you have time. You're never too old. Get into it. Follow your dreams. If that's your dream, get get there. That's all. Just get there. Find a way. There is always a way. I live in poverty. and I have for a very long time, but I'm still going to make it happen. It's still going to work out.
Nice. Now, do you have anything? You do have some things coming up. I know that you have some big things coming up for this year. Uh, what is going to be your first tackle? How long until we see something that's going to come out? I know that we have this podcast. Obviously, it's a weekly occurrence, which is really awesome. I know you do the editing for us, and so and provide the
So,
link and stuff. Awesome.
right. So get into my YouTube channel and see chapter one of the journey. Chapter two will be coming out later this month. I will be recording that before February, and it'll be released either at the end of January or early part of February. So that's called The Journey Chapter 2.
The journey
We're
chapter.
also working on, I'm writing a script. I don't have a title exactly, but it includes orcs, it includes wood elves, it includes gnomes, it includes dwarves, and I'm casting myself as a dwarf, by the way, blacksmith.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm creating a weaponry. Um, Hopefully, I can cast Little Dog for that as well, for a lead role, if not a starring role. But I am going to be working on that, and I am hoping that we can see that in production by the end of 25.
Nice.
So
That's going
that's
to
the
be
big
awesome.
project, and that's the big goal for 25.
Yep, that's gonna be awesome, and I'm actually excited about that too. Uh, that seems like something that's very very fun, and so
Yes, it's going to be set in pre-Columbus America, prior to Columbus America, and so I need an advisor on that kind of thing, and therefore I'm going to need a little dog to help me out on that.
okay,
And
no problem.
the people, the Blackfoot Nation, perhaps, or Federation Nation, I don't want to get it wrong.
We're Confederacy,
Confederacy, okay? Yes.
and so
So I'm going to
because
need
we're
some
made up of
advice
three
on that.
different tribes. Okay,
But
and that sounds good.
I will have a partial script in your hand by February as well, so that you can help me figure out how the story should go.
You know, I'm actually really really enthusiastic about this year. I have a lot of projects coming up. I have a lot of projects that are about to be coming out as well as different productions that I've been invited to help out in different ways. And I'm excited because I still get to learn different things. I get to take stuff that I've learned, you know, here and stuff that I've learned just in my short time in the industry and be able to share it. Just like we talked about earlier about the macro evolution. I've been evolving. I've been learning a lot of stuff from just about every production that I've been a part of. And so I know that the longer that you're in it as well too, you're gonna pick up a lot of stuff as well. Now, have you checked into sites like I think it's called staffmeetup.com?
I have not
I
seen
can send
Staff
you a
Me
link to
Up.
check. Okay. It'll be something that I can share to you. It's for jobs in the entertainment industry on the production side.
Okay,
And
on the production side. Yes, I
yes.
know I can do the same kind of thing at the school that I'm in. I have now, as an alumnus, I have a place I can go at the school to try to help me find something as well. So I
Okay,
will definitely
nice.
look into the link that you can give me, and every possible link that I can have for this coming year. Besides writing, I am looking more into the acting side, but production side, I will certainly look into that too.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So it is at staffmeetup.com. And
It's
it's
time.
for producers, PAs, directors. You create a free profile and you can help out with looking for jobs on the production side as well. Definitely, since you have a lot of experience in it, I would recommend that that's something that you could do as well. That way, you can kind of you get to work with people who are very experienced in it, as well as connect with our guests. Networking is the major part of the entertainment industry,
It very
as
much is.
something that we all find out. So
There's
you want to
something
bring out.
else. There's there's something else for anybody wanting to get into the business. Show up on set. Be there. Show up on set. Just be there. And if you're gonna commit to it, don't back out. Don't back out. You know, sometimes there will be an emergency that you absolutely cannot avoid. You know, you're just show up next time. Show up again and again. If there's a casting call, go after it. Um, I've heard a lot of guests on this show, and I've heard it other times. You're going to get turned down a lot. All right, you're going to get a lot of work also, but you're going to get turned down a lot.
Oh,
Just
for sure.
keep at it. Keep at it, and you're never too old.
That's part of the industry, is you know, getting not hearing back. That's part of the industry. It's normal. If you don't hear back, don't panic. There's a off chance that you might get called back last minute. Especially if you're doing like background roles, or like Legacy Casting does a lot of background. They also do a lot of uh roles that are they've actually started getting to a lot of roles where they've been casting for some primaries too in commercials, and so it's pretty cool to see them advance the way that they have. uh and so, but anyways, you know yeah, I'm sorry. It's been a day. Like for me, I always say to be early. If you're on time, you're running late. And so for me,
That's
I prefer to be early. I like to make sure that I have time to set up and be ready. And so, uh, before we do go, I know that you got about a few more minutes left. Any last tidbits for anyone?
I
Producer
don't.
side, director side?
I just say, just stick with it. Don't give up. And I don't really have anything else to say as far as that goes. Um, and oh, there is something I learned at Full Sail University where I graduated from. They also call it Los Angeles Film School. Um, whatever you do in life, make it a jobby. Jobby is a job that is also a hobby. Enjoy what you do is what that comes down to.
For sure.
Do a
And
do a hobby that pays you. Do
for
something
sure.
that you enjoy.
That's why I like this. That's why I like the acting. At first, as everybody's heard me say it multiple times, I didn't intend on being an actor. I was working on building help to build a construction company, and opportunity came, and I was full ready to turn it down. I was 100% ready to turn it down. I didn't want to do it. But after I did it, it turned out that I really liked it. Uh, I had done smaller stuff in the past, like Goatman Prophecies. That was something that I acted in, as well as, well, I helped write it and I was part of the production team because it was a high school project. And I wasn't originally the lead actor on it. I was supposed to be behind the camera. I was the cameraman, and I was going to be directing. And the guy that was our lead actor he got cold feet. He was like, "Oh wait, I'm supposed to be on the camera." We're like, "Yeah." He goes, "I wanted to be behind the camera." I was like, "What do you think a lead actor was?"
That's what that's what comes with the word um, talent. That's what the
Yeah,
talent does. The talent is in front of the camera with millions of people watching. And in this case of this podcast, dozens of people watching.
We have one of our followers, our viewers, saying, I don't want to say it wrong, but I'm hoping I say it right. One, she said, "Hey there," and so I said, "Hello" back on the chat. So, hello to you as well. Thank you for viewing with us. Now, well, we appreciate you. Your time has come to the end of your segment. Now, stay close by your phone because at the end, I would like to actually bring all three guests so that way we can wish everybody a happy New Year.
Absolutely, we'll do that. And just give me a moment to kick myself out of the show.
All right. All right. That was Will Byler. If you guys want to go ahead and give him a follow, you are on the link if you're watching the YouTube. And, give a subscribe, keep up with the show. I did see the subscribers jump from, I think, 44 to 46. Thank you guys for subscribing. You guys are awesome. And so going forward, we will be actually going into our next guest, who is David J. Paul. Now, he has some awesome stuff. You can go onto his YouTube as well. One of the YouTube ones that he is ahead of is The Secret Mechanic short film. You're gonna want to go on, check out his short film, check out the trailer, check that all that out. Give him some support, give him some love. He's also got a movie out on Tubi. I would love for him to actually announce that to you guys himself, give you a little bit of a background about himself as well as everyone going on. So, uh, nice. So, without further ado, pause for ads for the fully edited version. And we're back. So, let's go ahead and, without further ado, Mr. David J. Paul. Hey, David, how you doing?
Hey, Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year to you as well. Man, I'm glad that you were able to join us tonight.
Hey, man. Wait, are we live right now?
Yes, we are live.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for bringing me in.
Mike Sexton said hello.
What's up, bro? We'll be working soon.
So, he said, "Hey, what's up?" Well, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourself to everybody real quick. No.
Okay, I'll introduce myself. It's fine. So, if you already don't know, I'm David J. Paul. I am a movie actor, producer, casting director, story creator. So pretty much just a lot of hats in the field right now.
Nice. Now, how long have you been in the industry, the entertainment industry?
All right, so I came in at 2017, just a little, dip my feet in just a little bit. So I had a great, crazy idea. I wanted to do a short film. It was like, I don't know, like 15 minutes or whatever like that. I was in New Jersey at the time. So I just did a short film with a couple of my close friends and maybe one outsider from, was it New York? I'm sorry, two outsiders, one from New York, one from Delaware. Everybody else was local from Jersey. So I did a short film within a weekend. And I thought that would be done, right? Just for shits and giggles, put it on YouTube and whatnot. Next thing I know, I get a phone call from my director and says, "Hey, dude, congratulations." I said, "For what?" I said, "It's on YouTube. Who cares?" And he says, "No, I actually submitted to the Brightside Tavern Short Film Festival in New Jersey for the Horror Film Festival." I said, "You son of a bitch. I didn't expect that." And he says, "No, but it was awesome. We got nominated out of 5 categories. We got nominated 4 out of 5. Just for doing some shits and giggles, right?" So I got nominated for Best Actor. My actress from New York, she got nominated for Best Actress. My director got nominated for Best Director, and we got nominated for most fan participation in the festival because a lot of people are rooting for us and stuff. So I lost. I lost by 3 votes, and I was bummed out on that. My actress lost by almost a close margin. And get a load of this. I had to convince my director to do a horror short. He never did a horror short in his life. They invited me over to his house with him, his wife, and just sat down and just say, "Dave, why would I be perfect for a horror film? I never did it before." I said, "Bro, I'll help you. just please direct this movie. You got something in you I think you could do. And he says, all right, I'll give it a shot. Next thing you know, at the awards, he won for best director. I said,
Nice.
you got to be kidding me. I convinced you to do it. You never did it before, and you won best director, and I lost. So, so I'm like, okay. So I'm like, this is going to be fun. So then I wanted to continue, right? So I eventually moved to Florida, and I moved to Florida 5 years ago in 2019, August of 2019. And I heard Florida is now becoming the new Hollywood, and New Jersey, Florida, Atlanta, stuff like that. So I said, all right, let me get my feet wet down here now in a brand new state. So I built it up. I built connections. I was, creating stories and stuff like that. And then in 2023, I started hitting really hard. So for like straight 2 years, 2023, 2024, I just went on a tear. I just couldn't stop. I was like addicted to acting, and I loved it so much that now I've been in so many movies by now. I have so many movies that are out, so many movies that are going to be made. So now I'm just, like I said, I'm addicted to it now. It's fun. It's a great ride.
That is awesome, man. What was your first short? That can people go look it up?
Yeah. So if you go to YouTube and you go to Anadelia Horror Shorts, so it's Anadelia, Anadellia, Horror Short. And that was my first short film ever that I made. And that's already out there. And then I created another short film called The Secret Mechanic. That was my other film that I created. And that was a little bit longer. That was like, what was it, like 17 minutes or something like that? So
Yeah.
we did that. We did it in Winter Haven, Florida. That was fun. And
Nice.
then that's on YouTube. It's simple. The Secret Mechanic. You can't go wrong with that. And then I just want to do another one. So I created another one called Secrets That Kill. That is in the works right now to go to film festivals. So I have a couple people behind the scenes that are collecting some money and stuff like that from other EPs. That's executive producers. And they are going to send it out to different film festivals. And we're hoping that next year sometime we'll get nominated again. And this time it'll be for that. So
Nice.
I started doing that.
Hey, congrats, man. That's
I
big congrats
have,
right there. Now
wait,
we
oh,
actually have a question from Onay.
wait,
She
who?
said, Onay Shin.
Oh, okay.
She said, "What is your favorite movie that you've been in so far?"
My favorite. Great question, Ane. I would have to say there's three of them that pops up in my mind. So one was Devil's Night. It was a horror fantasy medieval times movie that I was in. I got trained for 48 hours to learn how to sword fight as a knight. And we filmed that in Texas. It's a real small town called Belleville, Texas, or Belleville. Yeah, Belleville, Texas. And we filmed there for 3 weeks. And I was in a movie with guys like Kevin Sorbo, Daniel Baldwin, Eric Roberts, Angie Everhart from Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood. It was awesome. I had a great time. I played a supporting role. And you guys should watch that. It's now on Tubi for free. So you guys can watch it for free if the mucho dinero is a little tight in your pockets. And you can watch that. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's out there now. The second movie I would have to say is Return of the Corn Zombies. I played the villain in the movie. It's a zombie feature film, and I was in that out in Chicago, Illinois, and it was awesome. I was actually in the movie and in the same scenes with former heavyweight UFC champion of the world, Dan the Beast Severn. So that was awesome. And so that's coming out on DVD and Blu-ray and streaming networks in February by Bayview Distribution. And the last one I would have to say is my most recent feature film I was in. I played a serial killer, a loving husband / serial killer. So I was like Dr. Jekyll and Hyde a little bit. That was called Doll of Deceit. I was in that. It's a thriller feature. We just wrapped that up not too long ago, and it was written by Amanda Jane Jensen and Rex McSeaton. It was a good story. I had a blast. It was exciting. I loved turning my mindset into being a loving husband, caring, doing everything for my wife. And then my dark side, my little secret is kicking into my head as a crazy lunatic serial killer. And I go into hiding. I don't let my wife know what's going on. And I, you know what serial killers do. They plan things, and they get all crazy and they go into action. So it's cool to play two characters in one. I enjoy doing that.
That is awesome, man. That sounds really fun, actually. So it's a man. That congratulations on that. I did watch was it Devil's Night.
Yes.
I did watch that the other night too. I checked it out. It was pretty cool. And
Yeah.
I was like, hey, look, there's David.
There I am.
So good job on that, man. It was really good. One of the questions that we have come up from Joanne's sorry, scan is hey David, do you enjoy producing or acting more?
Do I enjoy producing or acting more? Well, good question, Joanne. I would have to say I love acting. Acting is my childhood dream. I love transforming my personality and change the whole mindset dynamic into a character in a whole new world, whole new universe, a whole new story. I just love dipping into things like that. And I like getting all crazy, wild, and you can't get in trouble for it. So that's always the best part, unless the script calls for it. But I love acting a lot. And so far, believe it or not, I've been challenged by a lot of roles that are really hard mentally. And I still have not felt a challenge yet of where I could actually go limit wise. Like I want to go as high as I can, level wise, mentality wise, like mentally. I want to get to a point where, oh my God, like I can't do this. Like it's just so draining. Like I have not got to a point yet like that. And to me, it's more of a challenge for me, for myself. I want to see how high I could go level wise. And right now, I haven't tapped into it yet. But right now, I don't know where my limit is. So that's why I just want to keep rising the platform every single level as high as I could go until I feel something like that. Right now, I've been surpassing every single thing that I've been challenging myself in. So I love being challenged and I love challenging myself. And producing's fun now. Producing's fun because I like the stories that I create. I love to create stories and make the story turn into a movie. The whole process. I love doing that stuff, and
Nice.
I love bringing people in who want to have work. I love giving them work. I just love working with new people and the same people, and it's just like a whole big family. And when you're done with one movie, I love seeing everybody else in another set because then we talk again. We say, hey, you got another movie coming. You did great in this one. You wanna connect again. You want to work on this movie again. So that's what I love about producing and stuff as well. But I have to say, acting has more of an upside because, like I said, it's my childhood dream.
Man, that is awesome. So I do have one question because there are a couple of questions I'm gonna get to them as well. But
Okay,
one of the questions that come up is, do you take acting classes or have you taken any acting classes?
I have not. I never took an acting class in my life.
Nice. Okay. For me, I do Professor YouTube's class.
Hey, whatever helps you, that's important.
Yeah. It's it does help me out because for me, I was a very quiet kid, I was very shy. And so I wasn't the kind of person to put myself out there. Even
Mhm.
talking where I talk now and doing fluctuations, I would keep the bass in my my voice very low. And so like if you were like a few feet away from me, you couldn't hear me because I was talking too low. I didn't really talk
What?
like talking to people.
What? Oh, I heard you.
And so like all this, it feels like it's yelling to me, but it's helped me develop a lot more. And as I've continued forward, I started writing, and that's something that I'm getting into. I'm actually working on a short myself that will be my first. Well, it won't be my first one to produce, but
Mhm.
it'll be my first solo production. And so
Congratulations, La Fiamma.
thanks. So I'm working on that now. We do have one from Mike. He said and he thanks you for letting him act as a bar guy. But he said what would be one big goal that you want to accomplish in your whole career or acting?
Uh, ooh, that's a good one. All right. So my main goal is to be on the big screen nationwide of being a lead actor. That's my goal. And believe it or not, I will not stop until that actually happens. See, the thing is this: before I became an actor, I was a professional athlete in not one but two different sports. And I was a walk-on in LA in '95 for the LA Clippers. It was a CBA basketball league back then. It's now the G League now. And I was a three-point specialist. So no one said you could do it because you need to be like a real professional. Like, I don't know what that even meant. And I'm like, well, listen, I'm a three-point bomber. That's what I do best. So if I'm going to walk on there and no one's going to accept me, I'm going to make sure they look at me. So at least I have a shot. So I go out there, I make the team. And then as soon as I made the team, I broke my foot. So I was damaged goods. They couldn't take me. So at least I made it that high. Next, I went to the PBA tour for professional bowling. I toured for a whole year up and down the whole East Coast. I bowled. I was competitive, top 16, make ESPN finals. I was the 17th ranked in every single pro tournament until I threw up my lower left sciatic nerve muscle on my back. It's never been the same again. So, and then I had to retire. So I went to two highest levels in sports, made it both times, but that's my competitive nature, right? So with me wanting to go at the highest level I can in the movie industry now, it's my competitive nature that is going to want to take me to that highest level, to the big screen, and be a lead actor in that. So, Mike, that is my main goal. I want to get there soon enough.
Nice. That's a pretty good, big, pretty awesome goal, man. That's a goal that I have as well too. Like I said, I never really was. I never really was the kind of person to want to be like to have the spotlight on me.
Right?
But
Hey, let's be
honestly, this is
honest.
really fun.
It's too late. We're here. You got the spotlight.
It is now. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I want this to happen. I think that it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put in the hard work and that it takes, and network with everyone. We ended up networking as well. I answered a casting call. That's how we met.
There it is. And now we're friends, and now we're going to be working, and we're here now together. And believe me, there is a lot of movies that I have in the works that I'm creating. That it's I think I counted 14 or 15 of my own movies that I still have to make. And we're starting this March my very first feature film I'm ever creating. It's called Riddle Games. It's a horror slasher feature out in Atlanta, Georgia, starting March 1st to the 10th. We're filming for 10 straight days. And I got one celebrity in the movie. It's on the little hush hush down low. And I'm playing the lead detective. And we got four main distributors that are already talking to us behind the scenes about it, that want to pick us up for the very first chapter. It's now going to be a franchise. We're already talking about part 2, but right now we got to get through one first. But we got guys like Blumhouse, A24, Gravitas Ventures. We have Lionsgate. We have all those connections in one. That when we're done making the movie, we're going to start talks with negotiations with a bunch of those guys. So first film could be a big one. So 2025 is going to. So far, it's kicking ass. So we're excited.
That is awesome, man. And it's definitely something to be excited about too. I'm excited to see whenever it comes out and everything. I know that it takes a lot of work, and
Yeah, yeah.
so are you going to be, as far as being the lead actor as well? Are you going to be directing it as well, or are you delegating responsibilities when that comes to that part?
So when I'm not acting, I'm going to disappear behind the camera, and I'm going to make sure that the vision is still there. It's not going off keel a little bit. I have a friend of mine who's going to be directing the movie. He's coming out from New York. His name's David Rodriguez. He just did a movie recently called Psycho Night, and I was in that movie with him. And he's very talented, really good in horror. He has a great eye, great knack, and he's going to be directing the movie. I have a great cinematography team. I got a great team all around. we put in a lot of money in this equipment to make it really top notch. And yeah, it's going to be something. The casting call is going to be coming out soon enough. Since we're filming in March, I know we just started January. We still have time, but we're going to be going to Indiegogo soon. And I have a lady named Ann Mirna, who's a good friend of mine. She's going to be running the Indiegogo for Riddle Games. This is going to be her 19th campaign that she's going to be doing, and she reached her goal every time. So right now we're asking for $10,000 to $15,000 to make the movie on Indiegogo, plus a couple of dollars underneath on the back end to hopefully round it off to $20K. And we already have everything set in place. So we just need a little bit of cash flow going just to soften up the flow a little bit, make it as good as we can. But everything else is in place right now. And once we hit distribution, skies are the limit, buddy.
Man, that's gonna be awesome. Now, just so that way everybody knows, because there are different filmmakers that go into. Does your Indiegogo, or does she work professionally, or is she exclusive to you?
No, she's professionally, but I call her and I ask her, hey, are you doing an Indiegogo campaign for any other movie right now? And she says, no, I'm kind of slow right now. And then I say, okay, great. Can you help me with my Indiegogo campaign for my movie to raise money? And if she says yes, then we'll sign a contract, and I'll send her the movie script. She'll read it over once over. She'll have some ideas of what kind of perks to throw out and how much each perk's going to be to contribute for the movie, just to help us make the best movie possible. And some of the perks are going to actually be walk-on roles to act. So that's going to be impressive. It's going to be great. It's going to be, you're going to get your own special few lines here and there, and you're going to have a nice, beautiful, gruesome scene that you die. So who doesn't want to be in a horror film to get killed, man?
Right?
And you get your own lines, man.
That's a pretty awesome perk.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. If it was on my movie, I would buy a perk.
That is awesome. You started your own production company this year, correct?
Yeah, so that wasn't technically announced yet, but yeah, it's too late now.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to announce it. Ladies and gentlemen.
We can wait.
Well, too late. Ladies and gentlemen, my manager, Tara Bruner, her last name is Bruner, Brunner. Tara and I, we decided for the new year to become business partners and start off our own movie production company right here in sunny Florida. It's called Paul Bruno Films. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a website up soon enough. We already have the domain name. We have everything set, ready to go. And what we're doing is this movie, Riddle Games, is going to be the first feature in Paul Bruno Films. So we got a whole slew of movies lined up for this company. So that means it's all the movies that I created is all going to be under this one umbrella. And then when that's done, I mean, hell, if you got a great script, you could send it our way. We'll give you the email when we're ready to do that. And then you could send it over. We'll read it and we'll let you know if we can make it for you or not. You know?
For sure. Congratulations on that, man. And
yeah,
I apologize. I thought that was something we could bring up. So, but congratulations on it.
Yama. But now it's here.
I apologize. I did ask ahead of time what we should have talked about. But...
Yeah. Tara, it's out in the open.
Now it has to go through.
Oh, it's already going through one way or another. We just wanted to get everything ready to show everybody. But it's definitely happening this year in the new year. And like I said, Real Games is the first movie that we're going to be making it, and we're going to be filming that in March.
Okay, perfect. Now, since our producer has actually relocated to where you're at, is that where it's going to be? Is over in Florida where y'all do a big announcement with everything, or like a really big presentation?
Well, the base is going to be here in Florida. We always go on Zooms and virtual calls and whatever we have to do. We'll even come to you and meet you in person just to go over stories, go over contracts. We do everything by the book. We go through auditions. We pretty much do everything. So once the funds are in fully and I'm satisfied of how the script is and I'm satisfied of the budget, then we start making a big ass announcement call of casting. And then we'll, like I said, we'll give you a few lines, do the best you can, read for whoever you want. give us your best shot. And then the director, David Rodriguez, myself, and my manager, Tara Bruner, we're going to go over it as unanimous decision. We'll say yay, nay. If it's nay, dude, we got like freaking 14 other movies in the pipeline anyway. So we already got your info. We're ready to go for the next movie. So if you don't make one, don't worry about it. We already got you in the database, and we'll look at you for the next movie when we go. Because not everybody could be in every single movie, right?
Obviously.
I got 17 characters in this movie. I guarantee you, when it's all said and done, hundreds of people want to be in it, but I don't get 17, so I can't cram everybody in. It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, so it's going to be a great run.
Oh, for sure. That's awesome, man. And whenever y'all get closer to where y'all want to do like a gala or big presentation, anything like big news, of course, let us know. We'll definitely make an announcement. And if Will is in the as close to the area that you guys are doing it, we'll probably send him over there with his camera and everything and try to do maybe a special live event. And so that way
Cool.
we can announce it ahead of time and everything. Okay.
Hey, listen, I was going to join you guys with a fedora hat today, and I left my damn hat in the trunk in my car. So I had to do something to blend you guys with black. So you got the black baseball cap. Sorry about that.
Hey, next time. And so we have everybody that's also saying congratulations as well. Even Will, because he is in Florida now, so he has relocated from where he was a bit in the colder states. He wanted some warmth, so
Yeah,
and that's where George would be from.
that. Yeah, I know. I agree.
It's so now, do you have any advice for anybody that's looking to get into acting or producing, directing?
Yes, I do. I'll cut the whole list from a long list to short. Okay. So here's my advice if you want to get into this. Number one, if you're not known, no one heard of you yet. Okay. You should save up money on your own. Make sure that you pay half your bills that you need to pay. The other half, save it for your movie. It's always important, because when people say, hey, how much are you going to pay me for a movie? And you say, oh, I don't have anything. Chances are, who the hell is going to want to work for free, right? So you're going to have the best chance to make a movie as good as possible if you have funds to pay people. So first, on your checklist, everybody, remember, take that pad and pen down right now, people. And this is what you have to do. Number one, put half aside your money and put it toward your movie until you have I would say $5,000 will be a good start to make something. But if it's $5,000, make sure you keep your cash really low, down to a minimum. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then you could film on your iPhone, go to video, make sure it's the long length, like what we have right now on your show. Make sure that has good speakers on it. Okay. You could film now, believe it or not, everybody, on your phone. That's what people are doing now. Okay. If you don't have money. So you save a lot of money on that. You get a couple grand here and there. Maybe you pay a couple people who, you can't do on your own. They'll come in, they'll help out as long as they get paid, and then get a good editor to edit the whole entire movie of what you film, so they can cut it all the ways down to a proper story from the beginning of the story, middle, and end. You got to have all three of those combined into one. You can't jump around, or else it doesn't make sense. You're screwed. No one's going to watch it, right? If you have to have good sound, if you have bad sound, no one's going to watch it. So if you're going to put money into it, make sure you pay someone that has good sound quality, and make sure you pay for a good editor. Okay. Then after that, submit it to the film festivals. There's short film festivals everywhere. You're going to have to pay money for that, though. Like entry fee might be $25, $30. And if you want to nominate a best actor, that's another $25. But, submit it to film festivals, get yourself going. And then when that's done, if you don't get nominated for any of those festivals, or if it's really slow for you, then just put your movie on YouTube. Make sure it's public for the whole world to watch. And then you start understanding how to do things. Then when more people get to know who you are, then you could You could go to public, publicize yourself, promote the movie, say, hey, I got something to show you. This is what I did. I want to increase my level of work. Would you like to work with me? And you just got to sell the product. And guess what the product is? You. sell you. I know it sounds bad. It's not like you're on a corner or something selling yourself, right? But I'm saying sell you. You're the product. Make them believe that you're worth it. And then if they give you the opportunity, which I pray they do, you got to give your best effort. All right. After that, it's no holding back. You got to go all the way through. You're fully committed now. Once all that happens, then you have to continue it every single time. And it has to be consistent. If you start and you stop and you wait a year, no one's going to like that, because that means you're not consistent. There's people out here that want to work. They're hungry. They're looking for good work or quality work or just work in general. But if you stop after a while, they're gonna see, okay, well, this guy or the girl is not dedicated enough. I don't want to work with this person. So that's my best advice to start off brand new. After that, look me up. Maybe I'll help you out if you're ready. And I'd love to work with you because I love giving people chances.
Man, that is awesome. And that is some great advice for everybody. Now, before we go, because your Facebook is set up to accept followers, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to give everybody spell out your Facebook page so that way they can give you a like and a follow as well on social media? So,
okay. So if you go to Facebook, everybody, go to David, David, space, the letter J, period. There has to be a period back there, else you're not going to follow me. Space, Paul, Paul. It should say public figure. It should say 5.8 thousand followers. And then you see on the background, you'll see one of my upcoming movies. It's a poster of me on the background in the poster with former MMA women's champion fighter Jessica the Black Widow Borga, who's now fighting in bare knuckle fighting championships. She's playing my wife in a movie called The Morrisons. That's my Facebook page. And you can follow me if you want to friend me. There's 3 dots on the right-hand side. Click that. It'll say add friend. And hopefully we'll talk soon and make some movies. I'd love to collaborate with every single one of you.
for sure. And man, I look forward to working with you as well. So I thank you for coming on. If you want, stay close by to your phone right after Debbie's segment. I would like to actually invite everybody back on so that way we can wish everybody a happy New Year's together.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I appreciate you, and I'll see you again in about 30 minutes, okay?
Thank you. Hats off to you. Actually, hats off to you, sir.
I'll talk to you here in a little bit. All right. Now you're gonna have to hit the leave button, okay? Or actually, Will can turn your camera off, and then you can stay in the waiting, or you can leave and then come back in.
I'll watch you on YouTube, guys. I'll be back.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. And now, thank you, David. We appreciate your time. So, our next guest is Deborah Polson, or Debbie Polson, as she goes by on Facebook. Deborah is her legal name, and that's actually how you'll find her on the social medias, as well as be able to find her YouTube. So, and you'll be able to find her music too. She's a musician. She is a writer. She's a producer. She's a director. She's a jack of all trades. She's a lead actress, and so we're excited to have her on, and she's going to give us a lot more news, especially to different ones. Oh, sorry, Debbie, I didn't see that you said that it was fun acting with David and Secret to Kill. So, and if you stick around a little bit towards the end, before I bring everybody back on, I will let you guys know a list of different things that I've been in, as well as stuff to expect for what's coming out soon. Okay, so right after this, after these messages, we will be with Debbie. So pause for the ads for the edited show, and we're back. So if we can go ahead and bring in Debbie real quick.
Yes.
I did watch that the other night too. Hi, Debbie. How you doing? I checked it out. It was pretty cool. I was like, hey, look, there's David.
There I am.
So good job on that, man. It was really good. One of the questions that we have. There's a delay in it, so you gotta mute your computer.
Do you enjoy producing or acting more?
Done.
Hi.
Yeah, we have a
Wait a
little
minute, I'm
delay
watching
in
the
our
other one.
show
I
and
thought I
live.
was watching you and David. I'm confused. What's happening?
You're doing great. No, it's doing great. No, there is a little bit of a delay, so that way, whenever we record it here, then it goes to YouTube, and then later on it'll go on to Spotify. So we
Oh,
got to peek at you while you were just
wait a
sitting
minute.
here
I didn't
chilling.
do my hair. Okay. All right. Well, this is live. Okay.
Yes, we are live. It's
Okay. Hi.
and we do have everybody saying hi, and
Hi, everyone. Forgive my messy hair. I thought I had a chance to. This is the real me. Oh my.
Right now.
Good thing you guys can't see how red my face is.
It's okay.
Who put
I think
that?
I'm a
Yes,
lot
Debbie
redder.
Paulson was in The Secrets That Kill. Yes, I was. David and I were co-stars.
Nice. So, Debbie, give us a quick introduction to yourself, if you will.
Okay. So I'm Debbie Paulson. Well, I'm Debbie Paulson to you and to people on social media, but on IMDb, people will find me under my legal name, which is Deborah Paulson. So Deborah. And that's just, you're an actor. So, that's just for like paychecks, really. So it's legal. It's in my legal name. But anyways, I wear a lot of hats. So I am a writer, and so I'm a writer for films and music. And I am actually an award-winning writer. So that's nice. I am a producer, just a producer. I'm also an executive producer. I am an actress, actually trained Meisner actress. My acting coaches were, Eugenie Bondurant. Eugenie, excuse me, Eugenie was, she played Tigress in Hunger Games. And anybody that knows The Chosen, Kirk Waller, who plays Gaius, he was one of my acting coaches. And I'm actually going to be getting coached fairly soon on the production side by Justin Overlander, who was one of the producers for The Chosen for a while and The Shift. I am boy, I don't know. What else do you want to know? I'm a singer and a director. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm a teacher as my day job, but
Cool.
yeah, for now.
What age ranges do you teach, or what grades?
I teach special education. So yeah. So it's called exceptional student education. So some of my students maybe could be something as simple as a speech delay, or they could be on the spectrum with autism. Some of them are really high functioning, some lower functioning, just various disabilities. So I just find it fascinating, the brain, and the age group that I teach, which is the younger kids. I like the satisfaction of knowing that I've helped get them to the highest level that they can get before they make that choice, if they're going into gen ed or if they're going to stay in
Nice.
in a class and that has more is for higher needs.
That's cool. Now, I did see that on your YouTube page, you did have the kids songs.
Oh
I saw them
yeah,
on
I
Facebook
forgot
Music.
to mention that. Yeah. Oh, you looked at that. Aw. Yeah,
I like
that's actually. Huh?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I like to definitely check into all of our guests, especially too, especially if I didn't know something was there already. And
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I find something else new. Let me go ahead and check it out, so that way when we talk about it, I actually know what I'm talking about.
You're good. Like, I don't always tell people about that, but yeah, that's another thing that I do. For a while, I mean, it costs so much money, to tell you the truth, for anybody that is an independent filmmaker or an independent musician. It adds up when you're paying for a DP, if you're paying for an editor and all this. But I'm a pretty stubborn person. I'm pretty strong-willed. So, and I'm trying. This is really my year that I've decided that I'm going to really dive in to the business part of filmmaking and music. Because I mean, of course, we all want to make a good product. For me, I want to do films and music that are for a purpose or for a cause, but we all want to be able to make a living too and make money. There's a lot of jobs that I've had to turn down because of my day job. So it would be nice to be able to eventually segue into doing the films and the music full time. So I have to make money to do that. So to save money, I actually had already been to film school, and I just always paid other people to do the editing. So I thought, I've already been taught how to do it. I just need to take the time to do it. So I started doing my own editing. So now I'm editing animated music videos for children. It seems to be going fairly well. So yeah. Well, and it works out because I'm a teacher anyways, and we use music a lot in the classroom. So for circle time every day, we put a educational song on. So my those videos that you're seeing, they're all educational, so that teachers can use them. Yeah, homeschool families or classrooms, or a lot of times the kids, if something's becomes their favorite, they just they'll want to subscribe and they'll just click on it. But yeah, and they're getting some good
That's
content
awesome.
and learning.
And so I did check that out. That's also where I got your demo reel, where we used to do a little bit of the advertising for it.
Oh,
And
thank
so
you.
I don't have the premium version, so I couldn't download it. So what I did is I screen recorded it, and then I wanted to take everybody to your page. So
you just get a hold of me next time. I'll just give you the original.
that sounds good.
You're my friend, so why not?
It's a learning process. It's I started off whenever I first started the podcast. I just started off by sharing photos that I asked to share, and then putting a little bit of a bio, and then it wasn't until later on that I actually created the actual Facebook account for the show, and then I started learning how to do the advertisements and using Canva and all this other stuff. And so as I'm going along, it's like it's starting to kind of fall in place. And for me, it's starting to make a little bit more sense why I advertise different ways. And so I still look up different things to do, like I said before. I enjoy Professor YouTube. It taught me a lot of things.
I love it. I especially love
so
it because you're going to be on some of my projects. So I love that you are a fast learner, and I can see that when you put your mind to something, you should go for it 100%, and you don't give up until you succeed. So it's something I really respect about you.
For sure, I appreciate it. And it's kind of in other jobs that I've done, like I did roofing and car sales and all this other stuff. It's just a little bit high stress and higher on the difficulty scale, just because it's not a steady paycheck. But people have asked, why do you do this? Why don't you give up? Why don't you stop this? And I'm just kind of like, I'm either too stubborn or too stupid. I haven't figured it out yet.
Stubborn. You're a good stubborn.
It is a good stubborn. I have a strong strive to succeed, and especially whenever I find something that I really like and I feel like I can get behind, I feel very passionate and try hard to do it now. Uh, One of the questions I have for you is, how did you get into the entertainment industry?
Oh, so this one is a little deep, but it was actually because of my son's suicide.
Mm.
Yeah. So before my son committed suicide, I was more so into music. So I was actually a worship leader on my praise team, and I'm a Christian, but the church didn't seem to know how to handle it. So they, when the person that comes off the stage, and this was for a large church here in Florida that has 7,000 people on a weekly basis on the larger campus. It's a mega church. I don't want to say the name of it, just out of respect, but
Nice.
but yeah, they didn't know how to handle it. So instead, they removed me from the praise team, and I love music. I love performing, so that it put me in a really a tough spot, and I got to a really pretty low point, and it was interesting because I ended up becoming friends with some people from The Chosen, which is filmed there, of course, in well, it's filmed in Texas and Utah, but I was connected with the ones in Texas, with the people in Texas. And I just went there, honestly, just to be an extra. But when I was there, I became friends with just various people that were other extras, but they had connection to other people. That's how I then became, I realized I actually I liked it. I liked the acting, and it was to me, it was very similar to music, because when you go on stage, you're performing, you're conveying a message, and you're doing the same thing when you're acting. You can put all of your emotions into it, and it was a place too where for me, if you do it in just the right way, messages that are taboo, like suicide, like what do you do when God doesn't move that, that mountain, as there's a verse that says, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And it was a place where I could address that, film. And people seem to be very accepting of me and my situation. And I became friends with Justin Overlander, who was part of that one. He had suffered his own loss of his sister, so we were able to connect there. Anyways, I actually, through Kirk Weller, started learning more about acting, and then started getting a little braver and auditioning for more acting roles that were speaking lines, and eventually lead roles. But I don't know if you know who Bethel Music is, but Bethel Music is a big music group for the in the faith-based world. So I went to them around the same time period as I was starting to get I was starting to think about acting, but at that point, it was in the beginning phases where it was just like extra stuff. But when I went there, they were teaching me, like I was actually singing on their homecoming album, but also while I was there, it was a school of music for the summer. And so anyways, while they were teaching us more about writing music, I saw that it was just, I don't know, just something sparked in me that it was, I could actually write films. We audition, but I have all these ideas. And I thought, well, why not just write my own films? And then I can be not only make these films, be part of my own films instead of auditioning over and over and over again, but I can also, bring hope to the hopeless and give this message that I wish my son would have embraced, and the message that I want people like him to embrace, which is we're all going to go through pain. We can either choose to fall apart and make a choice like him, or some people might get into drugs or alcohol, or you can use your pain for a purpose. I was like, what a perfect place where I can hit these taboo subjects, and people will watch through a screen, but they might not want to talk about it in person because of that, just because it's taboo, and they don't want to be judged, or they don't know what to say. And yeah, so that's why I did it. That's what sparked it all.
That's actually pretty awesome.
It's a long explanation, wasn't it? And then I don't know if you saw it, but I actually made a film with Jason Campbell about that. If anybody wants to see it, it's called I Want to Jump. And you can find it on I have to look it up now. I don't know how many places it is right now. I know it's on Tubi and Amazon Prime. I think it might be on, I saw it on some other ones, like I think Fandango or Fossum. Chase Films Presents. You can Google it and it'll show up.
Okay. We'll definitely do that. So, I mean, because I know that you won. That was actually what we were gonna jump into. But before we get there, I appreciate you, making the stuff that you make. Getting into the industry as well. I know that it was a tough beginning for you, getting into the acting world and everything. And so, but all this stuff with the realism, and even though it's considered taboo, it's real. It's what we all go through. And a lot of people have lost somebody who was dear to them, and so giving them a good hope and message, that's especially from somebody who's gone through it personally, that just probably a lot of people will resonate with that a little bit more. So for sure. And now you You won an award for I Want to Jump, right?
Yeah, just recently. Actually, I was up for a nomination for, I believe it was 5 or 6. So we were up for at a T-Buff, it's the Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival. It actually won in other places. It won in California. I believe it was the San Diego Film Festival. I'm losing track of some of them because it's a good reason, and but it's been in that and my music and my A Still Small Voice script has been in quite a few festivals. It's won in quite a few of them. I know it won in California. It won Best Film, and Oh My Song I Love You won in that one as well. But this one just recently won at the Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival. So it won Best Drama Feature Film. So I was happy about that. And it was actually up for a nomination at the same festival. I was up for a nomination for Best Director, along with Jason Campbell as my co-director. It was up for Best Florida Feature Film because part of it was done in Florida, and the real events took place in Florida. We used my son's boat. We sailed together a lot, so we used a sailboat. I was up for 2 of my actors, Eddie McClintock. He was on Friends and a bunch of other stuff. You've probably seen him, and I'm sure you've seen him in various things. And Janalee Hambledon, she played me in the film, and Eddie played Justin Sad. And so they were up for best lead actors of the film. And Elijah Passmore was up for best supporting actor, and Robert Shepard was up for best supporting actor. So it was up for quite a few awards, but it did win for the best drama feature film. So that was an honor.
Awesome! Congratulations on that. And for those of you who want to watch it, I did see that it's currently streaming on Tubi, YouTube, and Amazon Prime. And it's I Want to Jump. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Now,
it's actually still in distribution. Indie Rights is my distributor, and we're actually sending it off to possibly go on other platforms. We're going to try to get it on PureFlix and some other places, but we were waiting until after the new year to do that push. So, but that's where they can find it for now.
Whenever you're ready to make an announcement, let us know. We'll share it on the page as well to keep everybody updated. Okay.
Right.
And so we appreciate all of that. That's pretty awesome. Can't wait to check it out. And actually, I'm gonna check it out a little bit later on. I did get to see the trailer, and so I'm very interested in. So okay, we definitely want to support all of our guests, and it is very good to see something that's not, if you will, not behind rose-colored glasses. Because I know that usually that tends to be the typical, I guess, motif for spiritual movies, is that they tend to be a little unrelatable.
Yeah. No, not this one. This one is we were really I walk the edge with my stuff. So and this one was definitely walking the edge. So it's kind of right there where it's almost at the point where the faith-based community might not want to take it, but yet they might. But it's right there. Also, it mentions just enough about religion that I thought the secular world might not pick it up, but the secular world has totally accepted it. So, I mean, the Underground Film Festival is just a secular film festival. In fact, a lot of times they have like horror films in there. So it's kind of right there in the middle, just walking the edge.
It can be a gamble. However, a lot of times those gambles are what pays off the most.
Yeah, and it actually seems to, because it's like just enough of both that and it's just a truth. I mean, unfortunately, people struggle with. My son struggled with obsessive compulsive suicidal ideations disorder. So There's a lot of people out there that suffer in silence and they don't feel like there's anybody that can relate to them. And, they might struggle with maybe even some people that are watching your podcast right now, or that may watch it when they see it on YouTube or whatever platform you're going to put it on. But there's just so many people out there that don't feel like they can tell anybody because they're, afraid someone might judge them, or the church might judge them, or a family member might, or work. What if work finds out? And so then, unfortunately, what happens is, because these are, anxiety, depression, or whatever they're struggling with, when they feel like they can't tell anybody, then it just compounds and it compounds and it compounds, and it leads to the feelings of despair, loneliness, isolation, fear, and it just makes it worse and worse, and it's a snowball effect. So I don't know, for anybody that's suffering, I'd encourage them to find a place where they aren't going to feel judged. A lot of people are afraid, if they're suicidal, of getting Baker acted. I know my son was, but I know NAMI, NAMI, is an organization that will not Baker act anybody, but you can go to it. It's you can go to like online groups. And they're all the way around the nation. You just got to Google your area's group. That's a place people can go to. But yeah, I just like to encourage people. Like, I'm sure everybody's got some kind of a talent or a craft, but not to lose hope, because that person that's next to you might be struggling with the same thing, and you might be that one person that understands them, or maybe just your smile will give somebody hope to live the next day. But just to, I think everybody can use their pain for a purpose. I'm sure everybody's been through something or will go through something, but we can use it for good.
Oh, for sure. Growing up, I actually suffered from depression as well. I suffered from anger and depression. And so whenever I started to make a lifestyle choice, because again, I wasn't the kind of person to put myself out there. I started in sales, doing magazine sales, and I didn't know that that was actually the hardest form of sales. And so I wasn't very good at it, especially in the beginning. And but what it ended up leading to was I ended up traveling around by myself for a long time.
Oh,
And after I was done, and whenever I did all that traveling, because before I did that, I was doing a psychology class for one of my friends that I knew in high school. And so I did her class for her, which I didn't realize that college psychology was different from high school psychology. It made you work on yourself before you try to work on anybody else. And I was just trying to pass the class for her because I knew what I was, looking into. And so I was book smart. I just didn't have any real life experience on it. So whenever I learned, I took what I did and I didn't apply it until after I was traveling around by myself. And I wasn't on phone, I wasn't on technology. I was traveling around the country, doing what I wanted, camping on the side of roads, stuff like that. And during that time, I had no choice but to reflect on myself and change things. And so, for people who remember me in high school, I'm not that same person that I was back then. I don't have the anger issues. I don't have the self-hate issues that I did that turned into anger. Um, Even this past year, whenever my dad had actually my biological dad passed, I'm glad that I did get to meet him. And I didn't realize that I was suffering from quarterly depression and where it came from. And it came from a suppressed memory that from back when I was two. And you just never know where it's coming from. But it's always a constant state of evolving and moving forward and changing. And I know that for me, I can't change anything in the past. The past has already happened. But what I can do and what I do have control over is where I'm going. And that's whenever I started making a lot of changes because I was, up to a couple of years ago, severely overweight, very obese. I was about 375 and everything was routine for me. And now I'm down 100 pounds. Ever since I got into Lom and Bass Reeves, I started wanting to lose weight, take care of myself, lower my blood sugar, made a lot of lifestyle changes, is what I've done, worked out more, and changed my diet. So
I've
it's
seen that
definitely
you've been
something.
working out. Good job.
Thanks. And so I want to get back to close to my old fight weight, which is something that I'm kind of excited for. I'd get down to 215.
Nice.
But
Cool.
so you said that you've been doing also some classes too, right? Some Zoom classes with some acting instructors or coaches.
Yeah, well, I've been so busy with my own films and music that I haven't been able to do as much of the coaching with my mentors. So yeah, Eugenie Bondurant was one of my acting coaches here in Florida, and Kirk Waller in Texas. I'm probably going to be working with Mark Craig. He's actually in there in Texas too. Well, okay, so A Still Small Voice, my series that that we're in the middle of doing, the that you know about. That's for anybody else that doesn't know about it, that is a faith-based series. It's kind of it was done at my short that we did that's in editing right now, that we're going to be using in film festivals, and we're using to for investors. We'll send it to places like Angel Studios, see if they want to use it as a torch that we did at Capernaum, which is right there in Texas where you are. That was a great location. I mean, I've been there before. I was been in that area before because of when I was an extra for The Chosen. Actually, they've called me the last couple of years, but I just had to teach, which stinks because then I missed it. But I was there for season 3. I was a refugee. But anyways, we used Capernaum, and that's where I met Mark Craig. So he actually is, my co-star.
Yes.
And he's going to be my co-writer now. Ruben Martinez, that's his acting coach. So that's how I met Mark. So Mark will be my next, looks like, acting coach. But yes, so Justin Overlander, I am going to start with him. He's going to be my mentor for production, to be a producer. So I'm going to be he's done a great job in everything that he's been part of. So, I want to, you are who you run with. So I want to run with people like him.
That sounds like a good plan. And now, whenever it comes to the music side, do you have any more music coming out, or is it on pause for your acting?
Oh no, I do them simultaneously. So okay. The music is super easy for me. I've been doing music for years and years. So I just sit down and I write a song. I call my producer that I usually use here in Florida. His name is Rick Barkley. I'll just say, hey, I got another song. You ready for me to come into the studio? We go in, we do a scratch. I tell him this is what I want it to sound like. I'll sit down at my piano and I'll usually play the gist of the way I want it to sound. I'll get something in my head. Exactly, I'll know in my mind what I want it to sound like, and he just seems to be able to pick up on what I'm telling him that I want. And I'll do a scratch recording, which is where I just will maybe sit at the piano and I'll pluck out like the chords, and then I will sing what I want, and I'll tell him what I'm thinking. I want to add these instruments. I want this kind of a feel, and then he'll build around that, and then I come back in the studio again, record it, and then I send it out. But I've done enough songs that CD Baby is who I use, but I've done enough songs with them that it seems like they trust me and they trust my work. So usually once I put the music up, like, I don't know if you saw, I just had a Christmas album that came out. Yeah, so it took it was a week or 2 for it to come out, but yeah, this time I was pretty excited. The other songs that I did, they were like on maybe 5 streaming platforms, and this one they took on it said 150 streaming platforms were taking it. I'm like, I don't know if it was because it was Christmas music or what. I was like, awesome, rock on.
Well, holiday music is actually pretty big, and so that's pretty awesome. Congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
Just making links to that one, right?
But the next album that we're doing is it's gonna be a kids one because it is marketable. And I don't know if you saw the views, but just one of the views, I just did it a couple months ago and it has about 23,000 views. So that's just one song, but as long as I add the video to the song, it seems like it's becoming fairly popular. So the next one we do is just going to be a children's album. But I am in the middle actually of composing. It's a Middle Eastern one, but because we have to do, I'm doing the composing with Rick Barkley for A Still Small Voice. So right now that's what we're in the middle of doing. So that has to be done well and it has to be done right. And then so we're going to be doing the music composition for the film, but we're going to take that same music and we're going to make a song out of it that'll be radio ready. And they're very different because in the film it has to be just that kind of that background music, and for the radio it has to be something you can sing along with. So but it'll be the same concept. So
Nice. That's pretty awesome. Now, sorry. Oh, I also had one other question. Now you have you're ethnically ambiguous, correct?
haha. Yes. Oh, if only you can see my shirt. Maybe you can. It says my sister or my my daughter just bought it for me. It says I'm not as white as I look.
I've seen those shirts before.
So true. Nana Bushu. You remember what that means?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. What did you just say? You said okay?
Yeah, okay.
Tell me if I did this right. Sanaskapi. Did I say it right?
What's up? Yeah.
What's up? Yeah. Basically, Nana Buju is the same thing. We don't, and I'm part Ojibwe. Yeah, my great grandma's name was Mohala. And I just seem to resonate with that part of my bloodline. But Nana Buju, actually, we don't have a word for hello. So that's the closest, just like I heard when you were talking, you don't really have a word for goodbye. It's just see you later. So our hello, the closest thing that we have to hello is Nana Buju. It's also the closest thing we have to goodbye, but it means I see your light.
That is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what earlier, the one that I was talking about, which was see you later, which is Giaketematsun.
Mm-hmm.
So that was actually the word of the day today. So
Oh, see you later.
Yeah,
I know
see you
I was in the
later.
background, in the waiting room, trying to pronounce it, and I wasn't doing so great.
Well,
It's Matson. That's about as close as I got.
it is a difficult language to learn, but like I said, I don't want to be part of the reason why it disappears. I kind of want to
Yeah.
be part of the reason that it continues, because I know that we hear aho all the time, which isn't
Yeah.
from my nation. So I like the fact that it's becoming a bit more popular again. I don't want it to go away. Like we did have actually a Blackfoot actor that was on Wonder Woman 1984,
Oh.
and he was from my tribe, and I can't remember his name at the moment, but he actually spoke a word in Blackfeet, which was napi. And
Oh, nice.
so, and if you go into the movie and you watch it again and you hear him say napi, that's where it came from. And not only that, it's kind of crazy, because when first time I watched James Cameron Avatar, it
Mhm.
reminded me of like a Pocahontas story, and they call him the Navi. I was like, that's got to be a play off of Navi.
Oh, Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, so a lot of the characters' names for the film that you're going to be part of, The Woods Are Alive. I actually did a little bit of research because I want I when I write films, I want it to not just be something shallow. I want it to be meaningful and deep. And for people that think deeper, I want them to get some like aha moments.
Mhm.
Like, oh wait, you know what I mean? For me, it's fun
Yeah.
when I watch something and I know that someone's did their research, because that just the layperson went and have known that you have to actually have studied something to know it. That's fun for me.
Yeah.
So when I was writing The Woods Are Alive, because it's based off of Native American uh, cultural, I don't know, what do you want to call it? I guess folklore, but at the same time, you and I know it's based off of um, uh, truthful concepts. Like I know that
Yeah.
it's based off a lot of those stories that we have in our Native American cultures are like we're supposed to learn lessons from them, or there's a moral to the story, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
And
There's behind it.
yeah, there's a reason, there's a purpose. And like whenever they'd sit around those campfires, I mean, they were telling those stories because, um, yeah, even like kind of like the boogeyman, but the whole Wendigo thing. I feel like because we know the basis of that storyline was when by someone getting banished. So like my takeaway was treat people with empathy, so that we don't have
Awesome.
situations where people have to feel like they need to make choices that the outcome might be less than desirable, but to survive. But anyways, when the characters that I made, I don't know if you were paying attention, but all of their names actually mean something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And actually, I saw a lot of
it's
it. I recognize.
Zulkan's the protector of the woods, and yeah, it's what?
And, actually, recognize a lot of the names from the lore too, as well, which is
Oh,
pretty awesome. So,
well, and there's
um,
some changes that are happening. We can't tell anybody that yet unless they sign NDAs. So
nope, I understand.
that
And so I
that you
wasn't
will be
wanting to give
part
a
of,
whole lot.
actually.
I didn't give any of the names away. I was just, I was
I'm
just like,
excited
yeah,
about
you
that.
guys.
I mean, I'm glad you're going to be part of that because you have so much to bring to the table. Obviously a great knowledge base of the truthful, I don't know what we call it, the stories that are truly told. So, I mean, people will be getting something authentic and not just something just made up. Nothing else. I feel like it's going to be a way for people to see into the culture of the Native American that they might not know about
Yeah,
or may have a false idea about.
for sure. And so that's something that we're gonna do is we're gonna make it a little bit more modernized versus traditionally told, which
Hmm.
really awesome. And so can't wait for it to come out. And whenever it comes out, we'll make an announcement again as
Yeah.
well.
All right,
It's
guys. We can't tell you hardly anything.
yes, so that's about as far as I want to go on it. And by the way, that actor's name was Eugene Brave Rock, and he played the chief in Wonder Woman 1984. And so,
Oh,
but before the end of your segment, because I do want everybody to come back on again, and we're gonna wish everybody a happy New Year's. Bringing it in now. Do you have any advice for anybody who's getting into acting, music, or directing or producing?
actually, I do. But I mean, apart from I mean, obviously some of it's common sense, which is obviously you're going to do a much better job if you get some kind of coaching. It's great to just get on set, even if you just get on set in the beginning as an extra, because through getting on set as an extra in the beginning, you're going to learn some of the basics, like not looking in the camera, what it's like to be on set for 12 hours. That's a common day. And it's rewarding, but it's not as glamorous as you might think when you're first getting into it, because you get to see the finished polished product. But really, you're maybe sitting in a tent waiting for your turn. You have to start in the same spot that you left. If you had a half a glass of water, you need to make sure you still have a half a glass of water. um those are things that people need to do. And then, be brave enough to just go for it. You might get turned down 9 out of 10 times, but that one time you'll get it. And then the next time when after you prove yourself, more and more people will want you to be part of it. But one little piece of advice that a lot of people won't talk about um, is, but I will, because I am a producer and a director. I do not like drama on my set. So that is one thing I think is important to remember. I have had situations and it wasn't my set, but I was, whenever I go on set, I always like to do something a little extra because I like to learn more. And I don't sit idly. I like to be part of both in front and behind the camera. So I was acting in a film, but this was just something I always remembered. I was acting, but I was also uh, helping with the boom and the mic.
Mhm.
And they never shut the audio off, and so it was still recording. And someone on that was waiting outside of a door waiting for their turn was gossiping about the director, who was also going to be the editor. I actually had to step out and say, you do know this is still recording. I never pressed stop, and your director editor is going to be listening to this. They're going to know what you said, and you probably won't be asked back on set again, because nobody wants drama on set. Most people want to have a family, feel like you're a film family, and film family should treat each other the way they want to be treated. So I would just say, and also sometimes I do go on other people's sets because I'm there to help them, but I'm also scouting for my next movie. And someone might think I'm just a PA. They don't know that I'm also a director and a writer and a producer, and I'm looking for my next people that I think would be a good fit. And if I see them being negative, talking negative, or maybe even not treating me very kindly, they will not be asked on my set. And I think it's probably the same for most people. I think there's a lot of producer directors that think this way. So your attitude is really important. So having a positive attitude and just create be that person, whether you're an extra or your lead, that speaks highly of everybody, positive of everyone, is that puts out that positive energy, because people want that on their sets, and that goes probably almost as far as your acting skills. So
For sure. And actually, that is some great advice. That's actually how I've gotten some of the other projects that I'm been added to, especially like as an actor with lines and everything. That I met them as other extras, as PAs, and they're like, "Hey, I always see how you're acting. You're always very professional. You get along with everyone really well." And whenever it's time to be professional, you're professional.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so they enjoy being on set with me. They say it's a pleasure, which I always find it a pleasure to be with the people that I do. I try to avoid the craziness and the chaos as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
actually
so
one of the reasons that I really enjoy having you part of my project, and I would like to have you part of some more projects. So I mean, you have a great attitude. I mean, you're a good actor, which is awesome. But I mean, you bring so much more to the table. Like, you're willing to do both cast and crew. You're willing to go the extra mile, and you just have this positive energy about you, and that's what I want on my sets. So yeah, I can see why they would ask you back. So that it goes really far in the acting world. Yeah.
awesome.
So
I appreciate it. Now, before we go, I want to bring everybody back on so that way we can, wish everybody that bring in their Happy New Year's, and actually got a pretty good thing. Now, I know David is watching the YouTube, and I know that there's a delay in the YouTube as well.
well,
And so I
David
don't know
too.
if it,
David will be on The Woods Are Alive. So all three of us will be in that one.
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
It's fun. So.
yeah. We're all gonna get to see a lot of each other and get to know each other better.
That sounds great. Will, are you still there? I know that usually he's on the producer side, so I know that I'm gonna try to bring him back in as well too. Like I said, I
Oh,
want
I
to bring.
know. I was just going to mention Robert D'Angelo. I can see, because I've got the YouTube going on the side too. He's actually going to be acting in it. He's watching right now. He's a young man, and his mom is a great writer and producer. She'll be on board our project too. She's going to be
Okay,
part of our writing
awesome.
team. So
I'm
shout out to
pretty
them.
excited. And one thing that I did notice is that there are different teams, and it's like one of the biggest teams that everybody's very familiar with is like Adam Sandler's team. He's got the same actors in just about all of his movies, and it's about surrounding yourself with a very good team that you can rely on. And so
Yes.
I like being reliable. That's also one of the things that my dad had raised me up to do, was to be a very reliable person. That if I say I'm going to do something, I'm gonna do it.
You don't have
And
to worry about
so
the pendulum swinging. What's he going to be like today? No, you're consistent. Dad did a good job.
exactly. I like being reliable. I like being consistent, even if I'm not feeling it. I'm
Yeah.
still gonna be consistent and reliable.
Like, I'm here. I'm here.
For sure.
Present. One eye open, but I'm present.
Right.
It's exactly the kind of team I want.
Awesome. And so thank you for being here with us today.
Thank
Now we're
you.
gonna do a different part of different part of this, which is something that we haven't done before, which is bring all of our guests back on, so that way we can push everybody on. So, Will, David, if you wouldn't mind joining us back in real quick.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, David.
Hey, guys, I have one quick joke to tell
Oh,
you.
no.
Yes.
Oh, no. It's a
I
David
don't
joke.
have a joke.
He's been drinking wine, everybody. Just be prepared.
Yeah, I'm just a little tipsy right now. But anyway, besides the point, Debbie, this is especially from you, lovely. Okay.
Oh, no.
Since you're a singer, okay, let's see if you all know this. Ready?
Oh, no.
Guys, What do you get when you're singing in the shower and it's really fun up until you get soap in your mouth?
What?
Do you know what it is? It becomes
No.
it becomes a soap opera.
Ah. Ah.
You know, singing in the shower,
Wow.
you get soap in your mouth. Soap opera.
Wow.
Some music and
That
acting
was
fun.
good.
That was a good.
That was a good
Only
one.
you. Only you, David. Take a bow.
Take a bow. Surprise.
That was a good one.
Sing in the
I
shower.
I should do it once every week, actually.
Yeah.
Listen, Debbie needs a hat so that we can do the hats off thing.
Okay, I have had, but it might be a weird
Because
one.
everybody else
Well,
is
I'm
wearing
gonna
it.
get a different hat. Hold on a second.
Wait, okay, I got wardrobe hats. I can wear this one.
I got my signature hat on, so this is like the bell ringer hat. So
Well, I wanted to. I've got a film I'm writing right now too. That's like an old one, an old like West.
Oh, I love those
100.
kind of movies.
Yeah.
I need to be
Oh, I
in
like
that.
this hat.
All right, here we go.
Cute. What do you think?
I
What do you
need
think,
to
David?
be in that.
Yes.
That looks great.
Yeah, I'm like, what happened?
Hey,
just-
no, it's good. It looks great.
I got another one too.
I like it. That's awesome.
I
so-
went small hat to big hat. So just like that.
I think this is the best show we've done so far, and
We
it's
kind of
definitely been the best live audience. And I
Because
appreciate
we
that.
have amazing fans and we love them.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Thanks, everybody. So
So-
we're gonna do a hats off, and we're gonna wish everybody a happy New Year's real quick,
A
okay?
Happy
Count
New
three.
Year and the hat off at the same time.
Okay,
One,
all right. Tell us when to go.
Oh.
2, 3.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year!
Year!
Ooh. I kind of like this hat. I think I'm just gonna leave it on.
that does look good.
Thanks.
I like that. I like that era.
We just need to write a film now because we're all writers that go along with
Yes,
our
we are.
hats. Because we can.
And
Tara
believe me,
said-
I can
No.
come up with
Debbie.
stuff. I can definitely come up with stuff.
We can do whatever we want.
Wait a second.
Hey,
Wait.
listen.
Wait.
We're in
Time
film
out.
magic.
Time out.
Film magic. We can do anything we want. Our imagination is the limit.
It's
And
true.
mine is out there at the outer limits.
Hey, the zebra was on the screen for a second there.
What? I call
Wait.
time out. So this is what
Oh
we're
my
gonna do.
gosh.
We're
Really?
gonna
Oh,
write-
I'm gonna try
We're
this
gonna write a
one.
story of 3 cowboys and
Wait,
a
I need to be able to
dazzling
wear my hats. And a
oh,
what?
you can have a film to wear your hat in the saloon scene.
Oh yeah. I don't know, audience, which one do you like better? The blue or the pink one? There's got to be some girls watching out there.
Well, you
There
can
is
do
on
two
there. She said
roles
that
in
she
the
loves the
same
hat.
movie. You can do 2 roles in the same movie.
There
Yeah.
you go.
You could have a twin
Twins.
sister.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, I could have a twin. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, I'm writing a film where I'm leaving my own body and I'm going to be talking to myself. I'm doing that.
Huh.
Basically, it's a one person doing 3 or 4 roles.
Hey, Tara said she likes the pink hat. I love you, Tara.
Wait here, look. Hey Tara, you like the cowboy hat?
No,
Baseball
she
hat?
likes my pink hat. I like her. She's my friend. Now.
She's like, he's my friend.
Well,
Watch.
I
Ask
hope
Tara.
I get
Hey,
to work
Tara,
with
you
all of you
like the
sometimes.
baseball hat or the cowboy?
She likes my pink hat. Tara, find me on social media. We need to hang out, girl.
I like the blue only because I love blue.
There you go.
I don't do another hat unless I'm in a film that says I need to wear a different hat. But this is my bell ringer, Will S. Byler, producer, creator, director hat. This is it. This is the look right here.
Mine's just a cool hat. I just like it.
I'll do
Oh,
other
Tara
hats.
said no. I
I'll do
like the
other
ball
hats when
cap backwards, Dave.
Told
She
you.
likes the ball cap backwards.
All right.
I think everybody like
I don't think that. I don't think
There
that's
you
what
go.
All right.
There you go, Sheriff. I shot the Sheriff.
Oh,
And before everybody goes, I want you guys all to reiterate all of your Facebook pages so that way people can find you on social media. We're going to start with Debbie. If you want to go
what?
ahead and do your social media page, and
Oh,
then
sure.
next
I'm
will be
sorry. I
David,
was
and then
watching the
Will.
comments right now. I like your audience.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Okay,
guys.
what?
The audience is getting better all the time.
For sure. So we're gonna actually reiterate everybody's social media pages again, so that way everybody can give you guys follows. We're gonna start with Debbie, then we're gonna go David, and then Will. Okay. So
All right.
go ahead, Debbie.
Okay, so like I said, on IMDb, you can find and the I don't know, whatever else people go on for casting stuff. It's my legal name, Deborah, but on social media you'll find me under Debbie Paulsen. So just Debbie, Debbie Paulsen, Paulsen. On Instagram it's dpaulsen73. Honestly, can't remember what my Twitter one is. Just find me. Just look for my hat and my picture, and it's me, Debbie Paulsen.
All right, awesome. Next is David. David, you also have another comment too. It said the backwards hat is more sexier. Okay.
I was gonna say that, but I had to. We need to get Tara on the next podcast. She's awesome.
They want me to take this off too, like this.
Oh gosh. Oh, David.
A blue
He will
chicken back
too.
account.
Oh, he'll start swinging his shirt or something pretty soon. Become a very different show. Hey, cowboy.
Should I put the cowboy?
You put the cowboy hat over the baseball cap.
How's it look?
Now it looks like you got a bandana on underneath it.
Yes.
All right. So, David, let's go ahead and give everybody your social media accounts real quick here.
That actually made me look like I had a big head, actually, for a second.
Oh, let Will go. Will's got it.
Okay. Guys,
I got the big head.
so
And a cat.
what I can remember, because the wine's now really kicking into my system, because I
Yeah,
hit
it
the
is.
bottom and it's really strong. So I have to say, Facebook is where I do all my paying attention, pretty much 90% of the time. So
Me too.
just go to David J. Paul. Make sure you put the period after the J, or else you won't find me. So it's David space J space Paul. It will have a public figure page on it, and it'll say 5,800 followers, and you'll know that's me. Then you go to Instagram, which I now have to start paying more attention to. I want to get that going a little bit. So I'll go to david.j.paul, Paul. Other than that, whatever else comes up, I'll pop in another show of La Fiamma, make a quick cameo and say, dude, here's another a network that I want you to put on for me. But other than that, that's what I could think of right now on the spot. But thank you, everybody. And thank you, Tara, for saying I look sexy with the baseball hat back.
Hey, she also said that you got some Magic Mike stuff going on there. So
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Now the ratings
You're
are
going to
going
give us a show
down
there
now,
for a second.
or the ratings are going up, and we are going down. Oh, that's all right.
Let's go ahead and go. Will, what is your social media page that you want everybody to follow you on?
Social media pages. Let's see. Let's start with IMDb. Is Will S. Byler. Facebook also Will S. Byler. I have a personal Facebook page that I'm not very professional with, but I won't go into that. And the YouTube is Bell Ringer Film Productions. Bell Ringer Film Productions is everything that I have created. My very first creation was very amateur, and it was called The Drunken Bastard Bakes, because I got drunk and I wanted an apple pie and I baked it while I was drunk, and I recorded that. That was the very first thing I ever did. And the other thing is TikTok. I am the Drunken Bastard or at Drunken Bastard 69.
David, I can see you trying to contain yourself over there.
Oh, I'm trying. Why
Alright.
don't we just do an American Pie movie at that rate?
That sounds
But
about right.
that's my social media. You can find me at Drunken Bastard 69 on TikTok. Will S. Byler on IMDb and Will S. Byler on Facebook.
Good number. No, I know he's thinking it. I saw the laughter going. I was like, I know what he's thinking. They also said that they love the name too. So for our crowd,
It's the wine. It's the wine.
Oh.
And then for myself, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you look up Lafayama, it'll lead you straight to me. Very rare name, Laffiama, Lafayama, and that should lead you to Little Dog Murillo, and that is me. I'm also on Facebook, on IMDb. I don't know why it kind of messed up my name. I put Little Dog first. It put my name all out of order. I put Little Dog Murillo Lafayama.
Because they don't want to find you.
It's actually been very helpful. I've been found quite a bit on there. I've actually had a lot of invitations off of my IMDb,
Oh,
which is kind of cool. And so, but
They put my last name first, but you can still find it by putting in Will S. Byler.
nice. That is awesome. So, everybody, anything else that you guys want to tell everybody, our crowd, our followers, everybody watching tonight?
This was easily the most fun episode so far, and I think our audience is going to agree with that. We need to continue this
Awesome!
way.
Rock on! We will rock you.
all right. Here we go.
Random.
Taking this.
All right.
No, David!
Oh. Oh. I
I'm
thought
not
we were
stopping it.
Wilson,
Like, I'm not ending the record yet, but I think I will. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Oh,
Will.
you guys are fun. Oh,
All right.
wait, we gotta say this together. Help us. Get a Motzen? Get a Motzen. Get a Motzen.
Get,
Am I
get-
saying it wrong?
Yes, it's
Had to have been close.
it was pretty close.
Get a Motzen.
get the.
Hey, I'm the one that's part Native American. I gotta be able to say it. Get a Motzen.
Well,
Get-
technically, you
get
don't have to because it's like a different dialect, you know.
Oh.
And so, in a way, it's a different Spanish. So, like, it's like comparing like Spanish in Mexico to Spanish in Spain. They probably won't be able to talk too well, you know, together, or even like Puerto Rico and Mexico. They're so close to each other, but they cannot really speak each other's language all that well. And
We can
so,
talk about my background. The Pennsylvania Dutch versus the Dutch, very different.
like that too. So it's Giottikamatsen.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Get
Gio.
Motzen.
Giottikamatsen.
Okay.
Giottikamatsen.
No,
I
both
don't
you.
know.
I'm just gonna stick
I
with
gotta
the
go
language.
Say.
You can say it in your language. You're more than
No,
welcome.
Bushu. I see your light. It means hello, goodbye, covered it all. Sort of.
All right.
I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you for coming on tonight. Great show. I look forward to working with both of y'all in the future, as well as giving more announcements of what you guys are up to and a future episode with updates on y'all. All right.
We'll see you
Sound
next
good?
time.
See you guys
Thank
next
you.
time.
It was
Thank you,
fun.
everybody, for tuning in. From all of us here at today's Entertainers with Little Dog, and on behalf of Bellbringer Film Productions, Deborah Paulson, David J. Paul. Appreciate everybody who is coming. Thank you very much.
And we appreciate you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. All right. Well, we can go ahead.
Bye. Te amo, everybody.
I need to get my cappuccino.